I think the 5 innovation platforms, you can see them on this chart here. The 5 innovation platforms involving 14 different technologies, which you see below, they are exploding. And I'll just direct you to energy storage as the most provocative one, at least using this chart. You know, if you look at 2019, you'll see how little market cap there was in the energy storage space. And within 1 year, we went from 200 billion to $1.6 trillion. Now, what was that all about? A lot of that was Tesla, of course, but this is the market cap in these spaces generally. And you can see here how much they appreciated in just 1 year. So we're pretty excited about what has already happened. Now, we think that's great because we have the research and we're very focused on innovation. Our performance, as you can see, these are our 5-year numbers. The last few weeks, of course, have dented this track record. But if we were to update that chart and as we move out in time, we think that this spasm in the market will pale in the context of history, because we do believe we're on the right side of change, and we're trying to educate and bring more investors to the right side of change.
So Cathie Wood, aka the money tree, the queen of investing as many people have already dubbed her, is one of the major reasons why I invest in Tesla. She was able to see Tesla from a very early age as the company that truly is a 21st century marvel, potentially becoming one of the most significant companies of our time.
The analysts following this stock don't know how to analyze it.
And although the past couple of weeks have been pretty shaky in the market, especially affecting Tesla stock, just like Cathie Wood mentioned, this is just going to be a little smudge when taking into consideration the bigger picture here. Now, the stock market is a volatile place, and growth stocks such as Tesla stock is no stranger to volatility. But Tesla is something special, and we all know that Tesla does a lot more than just vehicles. We all know that Tesla has a lead in autonomous driving data, as well as a battery production lead in battery saving costs all the way down to $108 per kilowatt hour, which by the way just happens to be the cheapest one in the world. We also know that Tesla has a tremendously growing energy sector, and it is basically going to be the focus of this video today. Today we have brand new news about the energy side of Tesla, and I'm going to be centering this video on something called the auto bidder, which is a tremendously big game changer for Tesla, as well as updates on brand new Tesla batteries that are being installed in Portugal, as well as brand new funding of $30 million to further aid the expansion of the energy sector on Tesla. But before I continue, if you enjoyed this video and you find it informative, consider subscribing to ARK Invest and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next video on Tesla. We have just surpassed 20,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for all of you guys that keep coming back to the channel. And without further ado, guys, let's begin. Now let's begin with the auto bidder. The auto bidder is Tesla's cutting-edge AI software that manages the energy storage projects by providing independent power procedures for customers as well as large-scale utilities to give the ability to monetize autonomously the battery assets. This essentially means that AutoBidder is a real-time energy trading and control platform that provides value based on the electricity generated in your home or from large-scale battery packs. In this case, for example, if you were to have a solar roof alongside Tesla's battery storage power walls, the AutoBidder app is what's going to help customers be able to put a bid on the electricity prices that they already acquired, so that way they can generate extra revenue for themselves. This also is a great helpful tool to be able to bring down the costs on the leases for the solar roof as well as the power walls, essentially giving customers the option to pay down their leases on their solar roof and solar power walls, depending on how many profits you're able to make and whether or not it's more than the monthly payments you do on the leases. The way that AutoBidder works is that it utilizes AI to learn the systems as well as machine learning to optimize algorithms, and it is something that Cathie Wood has pointed out that companies have to benefit from.
These innovation platforms, if we are right, that 14 trillion is going to 75 trillion. Artificial intelligence alone, we believe, is a $30 trillion opportunity out in the future. It's only represented, or at the end of last year, in the public equity markets at $2 trillion right now. And it's going to impact every sector. So companies are going to have to embrace these technologies if they want to remain competitive.
So as you can see, this is a tremendously lucrative business, and it is just one more way that Tesla is providing value. Just like the future robotaxi ride-hailing services from Tesla is estimated to be able to give customers the ability to generate up to $30,000 a year in revenue for letting the Teslas drive for themselves while collecting revenue, the auto bidder is also income generating machine, but is even better because unlike the robotaxis, which are still not a reality 100% today, auto bidder is something that is already being used today. As a matter of fact, we now see that the AutoBidder software is now capable of managing over 1.2 gigawatt hours of energy storage, enough energy to power hundreds of thousands of homes. And in this report from Electrek this morning, they go on expanding that with the AutoBidder's portfolio operating over 1.2 gigawatt hours, Tesla is pumped to be launching in the state of Texas this summer. And this basically implies that the AutoBidder is going to be used in Texas. Just last week, we learned that Tesla was actually building in secret a brand new battery storage megapack facility in Texas to help neighborhoods that were affected by the winter storm disaster a few weeks ago that took the power out of many neighborhoods for multiple days. But I do want to point out that 1.2 gigawatt hours is impressive considering that if we pay attention to the Q4 earnings report, we see that Tesla in 2020 was able to surpass 3 gigawatt hours of energy. So this would mean that the AutoBidder almost half of the entire energy output that Tesla was able to control in all of 2020.
Damn! He built a great car company, and somewhere along the way, about 5 or 6 years ago, what I thought he was building was an energy company, and that eventually people would realize that climate change actually mattered, and he's being rewarded. The world's richest person should be somebody that's fixing and fighting climate change.
One of the first places that AutoBidder was used was on Tesla's first large-scale battery pack in South Australia, known as the Tesla Big Battery, which has been known to be providing an impressive cost savings through grid services. This project in Australia had been so efficient that it actually ended up paying for itself in just 2.5 years as of September of 2020. It is well known that batteries are always going to be more efficient by releasing energy much faster than conventional fossil fuel plants. So therefore, the AutoBidder has been able to continue to optimize the ability for this facility to continue to regulate and generate income while placing better bids for its power capacity. So no matter what the weather or what the conditions, such as the overload of power that we had in the disaster a few weeks ago back in Texas, in times of emergency, you do need a software to be able to control the outflow of the energy very quickly before there's damage to the lines and be able to deploy energy in the best way possible. The possibilities are endless with AutoBidder, and it is not just about the cost savings, it is also about the efficiency as a whole. And speaking about big batteries, we also heard that Portugal is also about to have one of these grand scale utility megapack batteries producing 1 gigawatts of solar energy. And in this report from Electrek, they go on explaining that the plant would require an estimated 1 billion euros in investment. And the Urban Planning and Management Division of Portugal said that this project is already going under environmental evaluation. And I want to move on to the new report that came out today as well, saying that Tesla will be receiving $30 million as an order for the energy storage system from the Israel-based Nofar Energy Company. In this report from Tasmanian, they go on explaining a little further, saying that the Israeli company believes that this energy storage system will allow them to build a solar project that will build at least 100 megawatts of electricity. And this company has already paid Tesla a deposit of 5% upon signing the agreement. It is expected that this storage system will generate revenues of about $161.87 million US, including annual electricity sales of about 15 million and service revenue of about $3 million for the solar energy systems. And not that long ago, we also learned that 250 megapacks are forming part of the Moss Landing battery installation, which is yet again another one of these type of facilities in California. So this ramp up of the energy storage side of Tesla is literally exploding, just like Cathie Wood said, and it is definitely going to be a humongous side of Tesla's business that's about to be realized at the end of 2021. We should be able to see a tremendously huge increase increase in the total gigawatt hours that Tesla will be involved, which is definitely going to have a positive effect in the valuation of Tesla. And just one more reason why holding Tesla stock for the longer term is always a much better decision, because it is a growth company that it is still constantly growing on all of its sectors.
That's
Right.
Tesla
Yes.
that you're invested in.
Yes.
So explain Tesla to me. I understand it's a really great car and it's really terrific. It's really forward-looking. If you look at the number of cars they make compared to the value of the company, compared to any other company, it's crazy.
Well, we just published a report with our, again, long-term forecast, and the numbers have gone up dramatically, and yet, we think it's incredibly undervalued.
But now I would like to know your opinions on this video. It is great to see that Tesla continues to ramp up the energy sector, because we all know that Tesla is always being compared from the vehicle side, and this is why in this channel I like to discuss the other businesses of Tesla, because it is literally part of the reason why Tesla is valued so high. I can't just talk about the cars, I have to also talk about the energy side, which is very neglected by a lot of the people on the media. Do you consider that Tesla stock is still a buy today? I personally am holding Tesla stock for as long as I can. It is over 90% of my portfolio as of right now. And once again, if you have watched up until this point and you haven't subscribed already, consider subscribing to ARK Invest and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next video on Tesla. I'll see you guys on the next video.